Hey guys, it's Natasha. Welcome to my channel, Love My Me, where we discuss all things health, wellness, and try to improve our lives. So today is the second part of our sinus video series where we're talking about how we're going to relieve sinus symptoms. So today I'm going to discuss my go-to remedies to help relieve coughs, sinus congestion, sinus pressure, throw in a little bit of sore throat. These are just very simple things that you can do at home that will give you very quick relief for sinus congestion. So the first thing that I do, specifically for my son who has a lot of problems with allergies, seasonal allergies, is I have a diffuser or a humidifier. So we got a humidifier for his room, and you can get humidifiers at, on Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, and they do have different sizes that you can buy according to the size of your room. And you can get the little inexpensive ones from like your local pharmacy in the Walmart or Walgreens or whatever you have in your local area. So this, I don't even think this is meant to have fluid go into it besides water. But what I do is I fill it up with water and I put peppermint oil inside, and then I turn it on, close the door in my son's room, and let the vapor fill the room. And then by the time he's ready to go to bed, he walks into his room and he sleeps a little bit more soundly and is not so stuffy with the humidifier running. Another thing that I do is I diffuse essential oils in my diffuser. And one of my go-tos is peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is the king of essential oils if you're trying to relieve sinus symptoms. There are a few more oils that are beneficial in helping sinus symptoms. You have rosemary, I'm just looking at my notes right quick. Rosemary, lavender, clary sage, tea tree oil, oregano oil, eucalyptus, and peppermint oil. Now, all 7 of those oils that I named have very potent antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties. Lavender in particular has calming effects, which helps with pain relief and swelling. But the king supreme of all of these is peppermint oil. Okay? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Peppermint oil. We do have eucalyptus, but I don't prefer the smell of eucalyptus oil. But it works really good. The benefit of peppermint oil is it has menthol in it, and menthol is very good at opening your sinuses and your passageways. So peppermint, we have so many bottles of peppermint oil around here, it's ridiculous. So peppermint oil is the staple. You can do a mixture of peppermint oil and eucalyptus in your diffuser or in your humidifier to give you like a little bit of an extra boost, calming effect. It's great when you come into the house and your house smells like peppermint, smells like essential oils, and you can get a little bit of aeration to your sinuses. So I'm going to move these guys out of the way real quick. One thing that I was doing when I first started working, I had to get adjusted to all the bugs out in the community, so I stayed having sinus infections for about 2 months. So what I would do is, because I don't like to take the over-the-counter medicines, is I would take a plain white washcloth and I would just pour peppermint oil on it. And this looks crazy, but it works. In between patients, I would just smell my washcloth and my sinuses would open for a little while, and I just go back to it. But I'm so against taking the over-the-counter medicines because of how they affect me that I'm willing to look a little strange to use a natural remedy and get relief that way. So that's one way. Another thing you can do is, and this one you have to be really careful with, is you can take a Q-tip and you can put a drop of the peppermint oil on the Q-tip and dab it right in the back of your throat. And that's gonna clear you out. It's gonna clear your sinuses, clear everything. And you really want to be careful with the amount that you use because the essential oils are very potent. And if you have young children under the age of 3, I read in several places that you are not supposed to give them essential oils. However, before I knew that information, I was using essential peppermint oil on my infant son. Obviously, we were using a small amount, but he struggled with sinus issues all his life, so we've used the peppermint oil and it's worked fine. He hasn't had any issues, any breathing issues. In fact, it cures all of his breathing issues most of the time. Okay, so I want to do a little recipe with you. Move my eucalyptus out the way since not preferred. Peppermint oil is the bomb, y'all. So we're going to make a little vapor rub. And I use this vapor rub on my son and on myself when our sinuses are blocked during allergy season, or if he has a cold or something. This vapor rub works really well. So if you have shea butter in your house, you can use shea butter. You can use coconut oil. For the purposes of this demonstration today, I'm going to use both. If you don't have shea butter, you can use, you know, any type of oil. You can use jojoba oil, you can use olive oil, just something to mix with the coconut oil so the essential oil can kind of, I guess, diffuse throughout the mixture. So for this recipe, we're going to use shea butter and coconut oil. And coconut oil, when it is at cooler temperatures, is solid. So you can keep this in the refrigerator, and then when you're ready to use it, you rub it on and it melts in like butter. All right? So I have a 1/4 measuring cup. So what I'm going to do is take 1/2 of 1/4 of this measuring cup. Or I'm going to take 1/2 of this 1/4 measuring cup and fill it with shea butter. Okay? Let me sit down so I'm not out of the frame here. And shea butter is the same way. When it's at room temperature, it's solid, but once you heat it up, it will melt, and then it'll return back to its solid form. So that's about 1/2 of a 1/4 cup, right? So then I'm going to take the coconut oil and fill up the other 1/2. Just want to make a little small amount of chest rub. And see that? 1/2 and 1/2 of a 1/4 cup. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, but. So I'm going to just slide it into my glass container here. And this will work a lot better if the coconut oil and shea butter is melted. So you can heat it up a little bit, just a little bit on the stove to get it soft. But I'm just going to try to work with it here in its solid form. So you've got 1/2 and 1/2 And so you're gonna kind of try to stir it around a little bit. And this is the insanely easy way to make this chest rub. So you want to blend it all together till it has like a nice whipped mixture. And then you want to take your essential oil. You can use peppermint oil, you can use eucalyptus, you can use both. And you want to place about 5 to 10 drops in the mixture. That's about 10. And see, I just put eucalyptus. So I'm gonna put some peppermint oil in there too. And then we're gonna mix it up. And there you have it, a nice whipped chest rub. And you can rub this on your chest. You can rub this. I usually, if something pops up quick out of the blue, I'll just take like a smattering on my hand and put like 2 drops of peppermint oil on my hand, rub it in, and rub it on my son's back and his chest to help open up his sinuses. And it really helps with the congestion. Be careful with these essential oils, y'all, because if you mess around and like get it in your eyes, it burns like no tomorrow, okay? Happened to me more than once. And with your little ones, with your kids, you want to be careful how many drops you're putting in here, because the vapors will go up and burn their eyes. So if you're new to using essential oils, maybe start out with anywhere between 3 to 5 drops. And then as you get used to it, or as your children get used to it, you can increase it. But I've used peppermint oil for the past 6 years for our son. And when he gets like a really bad cold or cough and his sinuses get really congested, or he starts wheezing, peppermint oil works. There have been maybe 1 or 2 severe occurrences where he's had to use the nebulizer, but for the most part, we use the peppermint oil. It's our go-to. When he's really bad, like I said, we'll take a little Q-tip and put just a teensy dab on it and put it in the back of his throat, and it opens him up. And also, peppermint oil. If you have a sore throat and you take that Q-tip and dab a little back there, like I said, clears the sore throat right up. I don't know what it is, but it helps. So you should try that. But these are the various ways that I use peppermint oil to relieve sinus congestion, stuffy nose, cough, and hopefully you'll find this helpful during this spring pollen allergy season. So be sure to hit the thumbs up, guys. Comment in the section below. And stay tuned for more videos and more content. See you later. Peace.